Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A type of video leading up to the return of The Walking Dead Season 5 with Episode 9. This one will be part 16 in my answer segment videos from your guys' questions. Okay, so yeah, been pretty busy. Been working on the 7 Days of Dead leading up to the return of The Walking Dead Season 5 with the second half. If you guys haven't heard from my videos yet, what that is I'm going to be doing 7 straight days from Sunday through, to the following Sunday when it actually airs this week coming up. One throwback review to a special episode a day, 7 days straight. So, and they're almost full reviews, over 10 minutes for each one. Been working hard on those. Basically, day 1's going to be 18 Miles Out. Day 2, Better Angels. Day 3 is going to be Beside the Dying Fire. Day 4, Killer Within. Day 5, Clear. Day 6, Welcome to the Tombs. And Day 7, 30 Days Without an Accident. Just something to get us, kind of revved up. You guys know I like to do something pre each season begin, or each season part. When it starts, I like to do something kind of different to kind of try to, show my excitement and, kind of get ready for the season and that. And this is a good way for me to do it because it kind of keeps me on top of, all the events that have happened through the series thus far for the reviews and everything. Plus, I love to watch the show, and it gives me an excuse to watch some of my favorite episodes again. And also, if you guys want to watch them with me, so there's the schedule. You can watch one a day and then, watch the throwback review afterwards, see what I think. If you have them on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, or you want to watch them on the web, whatever you want, see what I think from today's standpoint, looking back on some of the special episodes. So starting from near the end of Season 2. Also because I haven't touched on those episodes in a long time. Those are particular ones that I have not talked about in a long time for the channel, so that's why I chose to do them. Plus, I didn't do any throwbacks leading up, so I decided I would just do 7 straight. Should be some fun. You guys can look forward to them each day. Check out one. As we get ready, as we go through and get stoked for the return. So if you're interested, they'll be there. They'll be in the channel. That's the list. That's the order that I'm going to be doing for this section. Also, because most of them, like a lot of them, tie into what's going on now. Like you got Clear and some of the others that make sense. So plus the others that are new, I've just done reviews for recently. So I'm not going to do a throwback for something we just talked about a few months ago. Doesn't make sense. So for this Q&A, going to be calling this Q&A after the Walking Dead. This is a question I get sometimes, but haven't answered it for a long time. Decided I would give you my take on it now, and I'm going to join it with another question, which some people ask me: who is my favorite YouTuber? So I'm going to join these two questions together because I think that they both tie in and they make sense together. So the question comes from YouTube username Manny Pacquiao. I'm pretty sure it's not the Manny Pacquiao. Pretty sure. And he says, "Hey Trev, big supporter of your channel. Just wondering what will your channel focus on when The Walking Dead finishes? I'm asking this because your channel's success is basically down to The Walking Dead. So what kind of videos are you going to do when The Walking Dead finishes? Thanks." So I don't know if he likes watching zombie apocalypse TV shows on the channel in between his boxing sets and everything and workouts. Some people on YouTube, they use names of popular people. Like even for The Walking Dead, you'll see like Rick Grimes and the Governor. There's like 5 the Governors, that come to the channel. It's just kind of funny. I don't know why. So yeah, so this is a question I've touched on in the past before, but I wanted to kind of spotlight it again and join it with, my favorite YouTuber question, because I never answered that, who my favorite YouTuber is. So basically, for the first part of the question, what will I do when the Walking Dead TV series eventually ends? Well, the comic book series, is always going to be there, right? At least I think that when Robert Kirkman's done writing it, he's going to give it over to somebody else and let them write it. And it'll be sort of like Batman or Superman or Spider-Man, where there'll always be like a new Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Like it's always going to have new issues. Even if one writer isn't doing it, they'll pass it to another and to another, and it will just continue on as the zombie apocalypse comic book. So I'll always review that, most likely, unless something major happens with YouTube. I mean major. I will be here. Don't worry about that. I will be here. My channel follows my interests, okay? So I love to work on the YouTube channel. I love to hang out with you guys and talk with you guys about stuff. Even before there was YouTube, I used to do it with my friends. You know, we'd go to the movies. I remember X-Men 2, X2, X-Men United. You know, you guys remember that movie? Me and my friends, we went to the theater to watch that. And I remember afterwards, we just talked about all the different comic book characters and the characters they had brought in and wanting to see Juggernaut and wanting to see different. I just love to talk about this stuff. I love to talk about comic books, zombie apocalypse stuff, great movies, things that I consider to be the best of the best, you know. And this is the type of genre I love. I love comic book stuff, you know, be it Marvel, DC, Image with The Walking Dead, you know, even the TV show based on it, Game of Thrones. I love this stuff, you know, and I am so glad that I get to actually do this with you guys and, you know, talk about this stuff with you. So however long The Walking Dead TV series lasts for, eventually it's going to end. You know, maybe we'll see the spin-off series do well, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll see other series come up. Maybe The Walking Dead will end in a few seasons. Maybe it'll be here for 10 years. Who knows, right? Who knows? But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop making videos before just when The Walking Dead ends. Some people think I started this channel when The Walking Dead, or I started on YouTube when The Walking Dead started. Not true. I was on YouTube for over a year before The Walking Dead aired. And I used to do figure reviews. I used to do, you know, comic book stuff and discussions. I did some Dragon Ball Z, some Naruto. I do some different things like that, right? So when The Walking Dead eventually ends, I'll be doing, you know, I'm sure if it's on for long enough, there'll be other shows coming up, you know. It doesn't mean they'll be as good. Doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy them as much. Doesn't mean I'm going to be able to make videos, you know, 320 days a year on them, right, like I can with The Walking Dead. But that's because I have such passion for the show. It's because I love the show so much that I can talk about it and watch the episodes, you know, many times over and still love it and still want to do it because I have passion for it. But there are other shows out there too. If I wasn't working on The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones is another show. Man, the more I watch it, the more I like it. You know what I mean? The more I read about the characters, the more I get into it, the more I like it. So there'll be a void when The Walking Dead ends. And I'm sure that there's going to be stuff coming out that can fill the void. You know, there's always entertainment. Entertainment is consistent. There's always something coming out. You know, there probably always will be. You know, and I pick up new shows, you know, as we go. Like I pick up Gotham. I also review The Strain, Under the Dome, Game of Thrones. Better Call Saul is airing with The Walking Dead. Going to review every episode of that probably because I love Breaking Bad. It's just like Breaking Bad. Did I stop making videos when Breaking Bad ended just because I love making those videos? No. So, you know, the channel, even though I do concentrate on The Walking Dead a lot, that's just because that's what I feel like making, right? That's what I feel like doing. But when it's done, you know, yeah, eventually in 5 or 10 years or however long it lasts, maybe hopefully longer because I love it so much, I don't want it to end soon. And I don't think it will anyway. There'll be other things. There'll be other things I'll work on. There'll be other things I'll enjoy to review. And the reason why I wanted to bring in the second part, which is my favorite YouTuber, it's actually, I'd have to break it down. I thought about this one for a while because I've been asked this question before and never really answered it. My favorite YouTuber of all time on YouTube is a guy named Larry from Otakuassemble. And he kind of does he's similar with kind of what I do, but he does it for Game of Thrones. He's got a Game of Thrones reviews channel. And not just that, he does other reviews too. A lot of people, you know, see how Manny Pacquiao just called me. He basically said my channel is The Walking Dead. People would say the same thing to Larry, that Game of Thrones, or his channel is Game of Thrones. Now, he hasn't made videos in a while. I don't know what the status is with him. I'm not, you know, good friends with him. I've talked to him maybe like once or twice in comments. That's about it. But anyway, check out his channel. I'll put the link in the description. You guys want to see it so you get an idea of who I'm talking about here. Love the guy. The guy is awesome. Think he's a great presenter. Love the stuff that he likes. He likes Dragon Ball Z. He's done some good videos on it. Love his videos on it. I think he's really smart. He does a great job. And he like me, he doesn't like to chop up and cut the videos 100 times. I don't like that either. When I'm watching, I like to see somebody present. Like, that's you. You shouldn't have to cut the video 1,000 times for it to make sense. If you screw up that much, maybe you shouldn't make videos. That's all there is to it. So he doesn't do that. And he posts thorough videos, quality. So unfortunately, he hasn't posted for a while. I hope eventually he comes back and he does review something else. He basically is done with Game of Thrones. He said, I'm done with it. That's it. I'm done. So he's moved on to something else. I don't know what. He hasn't been making videos, basically. I don't know what that's about or anything of the sort, but this kind of, because I'm such a fan of the channel, I hope he makes something else. But anyway, he's my favorite YouTuber, I would say. He's someone that's influenced me in the way I do videos, because I love his channel. I'm a fan of what he does. So, it influences me and how I do my thing, because I really have a lot of respect for him and like him a lot. So check out his channel if you guys are interested. And hopefully eventually he'll come back. But basically the reason why I wanted to kind of add that into this part is because when he decided that he's done with Game of Thrones, he stopped making videos altogether, right? And, I like watching his videos. I like him, right? So I would hope that he would review other things, because like he was reviewing, I think, some other shows like Black Sails and stuff like that. I personally don't watch them, but I like his videos so much. I was thinking about maybe I should check that out and watch some of his reviews afterwards, because I like watching his reviews a lot. He's really smart, and he's a fun guy to listen to and everything, right? So, so that's the case. So he just basically stopped. And that's what I don't ever want to do myself, because as a fan of him, I got a little bit like, oh man, like I miss watching him. I hope eventually he makes videos again. But, how would you guys feel if when The Walking Dead ended, I was just like, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. Channel's done. And never made any videos again. How would you feel as a viewer? Would you feel betrayed? Would you feel like, I let you down? Would you feel like, I wasn't, I don't know. Would you feel disappointed because I just said, hey, The Walking Dead's over, so I'm finished. Done. Right? No more videos ever again. It's as a viewer myself, that's not something I like. So, I hope eventually Larry comes back, but I wanted to combine that with this kind of thing here, because when The Walking Dead ends, I'm not just going to quit YouTube. Yes, over the years in YouTube, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be, sometimes there won't be that many videos for me to make, but that happens now anyway, and I try to do my best to do Q&As and fill in the time, do stuff like that with you guys, try to keep it fun, try to keep the channel going, right? And that's what I've always do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Unless something major happens on YouTube, that's what I'll be doing for a while. So I plan on being on YouTube in 30 years. Now, people change careers 7 times in their lifetime, so I don't know if if I'll maybe change careers again eventually. But I'm so happy right now. I don't want to. You know what I mean? And I can see myself doing this in 30 years. I'm 28 right now. I can see myself making videos like this with you guys, hanging out with you guys when I'm 58. So if you're down, I'm down. If you want to be here, if you want to watch the channel, then I'll still be here. That's what it is. So you think about that for a bit, Manny. You think about that, and you let me know. What would you prefer? Would you think I should just quit? Like I should just never, The Walking Dead is over, so I'm washed up, I'm done. Or do I have more to offer than just what the TV series for The Walking Dead offers? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But I have faith in myself that I'll find other things, because a lot of, I don't want to go on for too long with this, but there are other videos I've done over the years, a lot of other videos that have got a lot of subscribers, a lot of things like that. Even if I never did The Walking Dead, the channel would have, I calculated it about 30 to 50,000 subs without The Walking Dead. So maybe not as many as it does now, but it'd still have some, and I would still be making other kinds of videos. It's just I love the show so much, and I started watching it from the very beginning and reviewing it from the day one, the first episode it aired, that I've continued with it, and I've loved it ever since. So I hope that was a thorough answer to yours. I want to put yours first, Manny, because I thought it was a really loaded question and a really interesting one for people that really like the channel and want to hear. Because there's some people that will watch the channel and they just like The Walking Dead. After that, they'll probably leave. But people who really like the channel, people like me, who watch other channels like his, they'll I hope you guys will stick with me when The Walking Dead's done. I hope you will. If you won't, hey, that's fine. That's cool. I understand. That was all you're interested in. That's fine. But, I hope that some of you will actually like my channel, like what I do, and want to stick around. But that's up to you. We'll see what happens. Anyway, who knows where we'll be when that time comes anyway. But great question, man. Really loaded question. And if you guys want to go to Larry's page and say, hey, man, Trev misses you. Come back. Make a video. Go ahead. Next one is from Tomac Q King 111. And he says, another video topic maybe for a Q&A. I enjoyed your videos about the top 10 things we didn't know about The Walking Dead. I was curious if you could do a detailed video on your thoughts about if HBO would have been a better choice for The Walking Dead television series. HBO. So somebody wrote in the comments in the video that I had mentioned this about 10 things you didn't know about The Walking Dead. He said, if The Walking Dead was on HBO, we would have gotten to see both Maggie and Rosita, and well, probably Beth too, nude. So that was his reasoning for why it would have been way better on HBO. However, the actress who plays Maggie, she's been in a movie before where she's done that anyway. So if you're interested, you can just go look that up. Someone else has told me that in the past before too. But yeah, not just because of that, but also because HBO has no commercials. Yes, you have to pay for it, but you can always watch it online anyway because Game of Thrones is pirated like crazy. And I think they have a bigger budget than what AMC gives. Also, their episodes are like an hour long with, I don't think, almost any breaks. So, it'd be about the same amount of episodes, right? Because it's no breaks, right? For 16 versus 10, but those 10 sometimes are extended and have no commercials. So they're pretty long in terms of episode length. At least they're over 50 minutes, I think. So would The Walking Dead be better on HBO? I think it would be. I think it would be. I mean, I think it would be higher quality. I think you would have more money. I think you would have, more nudity. You'd probably have more violence. You'd probably have more, zombie killing and things like that because they could do more. So, I mean, AMC, I think they've got it. But around season 2 time, I was a bit worried that they were not big enough to handle what The Walking Dead was becoming, what it needed to become that huge show. That's just, what it is now. But they proved me wrong. Season 2 was a little light on budget, but Season 3, they kicked it up a notch, and they put their money where their mouth is, and they made it happen. So, I'm happy with AMC anyway. But yeah, to be honest, it probably would be even better on HBO when you consider all those things. That said, I do like the 16-episode format rather than having 10 all at once with maybe a week break in between and then having to wait the entire year. I like them spreading it out. For me, it's best. I like it better this way. So that's one reason why I would choose AMC. So it could go either way. Next one's from Joe Stookey, and he says, "Hey Trev, big fan here. There was something in your top 10 things you don't know video that I would like to hear your thoughts on while filming Season 1, Episode 2. At the scene where Merle is on the roof sniping walkers, one person on the street was unaware that they were filming and thought Michael Rooker was an actual sniper. That person called the police, and the SWAT team arrived on the roof. But the situation was explained and nobody was arrested. I would love to hear your thoughts about this." Yeah, I heard about this. I almost put that in the list because I read it on a site. But I just decided, it's, I don't know. But definitely something to mention in the Q&A is really cool, is that, yeah, Michael Rooker was almost arrested because of that scene, because they didn't know what was going on. And, yeah, that's pretty funny that actually did happen, and who knows, he could have been shot or something. But yeah, I mean, that was, that's pretty funny. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, with his mouth too, if the cops started talking to him, I can see why they might arrest him or beat him up or something. So yeah, that's pretty funny that happened. It's kind of another one of those things you didn't know or things I didn't know. Next one's from Dylan XR8, and he says, "Hey Trev, love your work. Keep it up." Well, thanks, man. I will try my best. Quick question: what actually happened to Lori's body after Carl shot her? Did they bury her? It's not. If not, it's hard to believe that the zombie in the room consumed all of her. Just want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, that's a bit weird in that one. I was hoping to see a zombie Lori. Now, they opted to not show us a zombie Lori like they did with Shane. I don't know if it was a mistake or if Sarah Wayne Callies was like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not doing zombie." Who knows what happened behind the scenes? I haven't heard anything about that. If she refused or if they just didn't want to, or what happened with that. But yeah, that's one where, you did see the stomach. It was all bloated and stuff, but he wouldn't have been able to eat her bones, right? It wouldn't make sense. So yeah, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. I don't think we're supposed to think too much into it. I think it's just kind of one of those where, it was weird at the time when it happened. It was dark. It was one of the darkest scenes in all of The Walking Dead. That's one we skipped in the 7 Days of Dead, but because it was in an episode that wasn't really, on that list. But yeah, man, that was some of the darkest stuff ever. But I did kind of think it was creative and different. And like I said, I don't know if she was willing to do zombie or not, because I think in the deleted scene with her as a zombie, wasn't that like CG? I think that was like CG. So it didn't seem to me like she had the makeup and everything in, right? So does that mean, yeah, that was CG. So does that mean she was refusing? Does that mean, like, what do you guys think? You let me know what you think. I would say probably she refused. So that's what they had to do instead. But it was, it was dark. It was different, and that makes sense for that reason. Next one's from Phil Drury, and he says, video suggestion, if you could take a few characters from Game of Thrones and put them in The Walking Dead, who would you choose? I think Jaime Lannister would be cool, and Ned Stark would have made a great character like Herschel. That's a good comparison. Couldn't figure out how to send this on YouTube. Oh, you found it, man. You got it to me. I got it. So, great question. We'll end with this one, because this is a loaded one. Characters from Game of Thrones that would be cool to see in a zombie apocalypse. Well, number one's got to be Tyrion. Number one has to be Tyrion. I mean, Tyrion is so much fun, and he'd be such a strategist. He'd be like Eugene, except even more so. I look at him as even smarter than Eugene. He's really clever, and you know, he'd just be so funny to see in a zombie apocalypse. That'd be awesome. That's what they should do. When Game of Thrones is over, call up Peter Dinklage and get him to be a character in The Walking Dead. That would be so funny, man. I don't even care that he's recognizable. Just do it. It'd just be fun. You know, yeah, that would be sweet. So he'd be my number one pick. After Tyrion, after Dinklage, would be Jaime. Yeah, Jaime'd be cool. Ned'd be cool, like you said. Who else we got? Jon Snow, I'm not the biggest fan of the actor who plays him. He doesn't show that much emotion. He's okay, I guess. Tywin would kind of be a badass in the zombie apocalypse, don't you think? He'd be like a governor, but a lot worse. You know? But even darker and even more brutal. Even though I don't know how you could really be, but I tend to think he would be. Who else we got? I mean, there's lots. You know, Baelish, he'd be cool. Let's see who else. I mean, there's so many characters, right? It's hard to pick certain ones and leaving others out. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I'll take for now, because Jaime would be cool too, just to see him. If he had a sword or something, just see him sort out some zombies would be awesome. So that'd be fun. But really creative question there, Phil, and I did like it quite a bit. So I'll call it here for this Q&A, because we're going on a bit. Hope you guys liked it. But wanted to put that out there for you guys. And want to let you know, after The Walking Dead is finished on TV, what's Trev going to do? Now you have the full answer. Now you have the idea. I'll be here for a long time, at least, unless something happens to me, or something happens to YouTube where the landscape changes or something, which it could in 30 years. I plan on being here for a long time. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you guys like the video, do me a solid. Please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please like it, share it, favorite it. I'm getting tired, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the start of the 7 Days of Dead. It's Trev, saying peace.